Good evening, everyone. Hope you all have had a fantastic week. I know I've been doing well. We've got us a bit of a rainstorm happening here. Um, Cold, rainy, nice, really nice, relaxing. If it keeps this up, I'll have no issues sleeping tonight. I can tell you that right now. By the way, mugs up, everyone. Um, Trying a new camera angle today. Right now, I'm kind of liking it. Kind of liking it right now. We got quite a few people in here already. Let's see here. Bernaldez, hey, good to see you, man. Anthony, welcome. Snowflake 007, hello. If this is your first time, good to see you. Luna, uh, GK, good to see you. Vanilla Coke, not bad stuff. I used to drink a lot of that back in the day. Angela, good to see you. Angela, I'm actually getting ready to film your candle video soon. Experiments have yielded very, very nicely. Um, Eris, good to see you. Jade, welcome. Glad you're here to throw clocks at me, girl. Uh, Ty, I I'm going through emails, but I'm not recalling yours, Ty. I had a lot of emails this weekend. A lot. It's been crazy. Most of the ones that are sticking out in my mind, I'm hoping weren't yours because they seem more trolling emails. But I don't think that's what you mean because I don't figure a troll would be asking if I got their email. Um, I haven't been able to get through all my emails this weekend. I do apologize for that. Moonradish, hello. Angela, nice shirt, and I like the hat. Thank you. Same old hat, but yes. I did buy me a new flannel. Give it a try. Trying out a little few things. Trying to expand. New year, trying to try out some new things and all that good stuff. So yeah. Trying some new stuff. Figured I'd let you see my new shirt. Actually, I gotta admit, I like it. I like it. Being Southern, I really don't own a lot of flannel. I have one purple flannel that I wear around the house. It's kind of comfy. I like it, and I decided, you know what, looks kind of good on me. Wife likes it. Let's try a little expansion, see what we can do. Work with the wardrobe a little. Um, so yeah, I gotta admit, I like this. I do. I like it. Not sure I'm ready for bright colors just yet. Don't get your hopes up on that kind of. We're not going that crazy just yet. No, don't hold on that. But yeah, I do like this one. Let's see what we got. But thank you very much, Dragon of the West. Welcome, Perwin. Hey man, been a while. Thank you. Glad you can make it. Falcon. Hey, it has been a while. Welcome back. About the same thing. I thought the same thing. Everybody likes this shirt. All right, good to hear. Good to hear at least that you all approve of it. I know a lot of people when they see me throw on something new and try something new, they're like, "What the crap?" Um, and I get a lot of flack when I try something new. So it's glad to see so many supportive people. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it much. Uh, Dragon of the West. What's with the Norse rune circle? Many of you already know this. I'm actually working on a entirely new Norse path working this year, and we actually have had these in the merch store, so they're available. But if you want to see it, nice little Melnjorn with a Volknot in it rune circle. It's one of two that we do have available, and I've been using it somewhat for the path working. So yeah. Um, Bornoldus actually did the artwork for this for us, so thank you, Bornoldus, for that. Much appreciated. Um, A12, hey, good to see you. Queen of Rings, good to see you. Tika, welcome. From Wonder of Finland, hey, welcome, Tika. Good to see you. Mugs up to you. I'll be honest with you. I like the cold. I like winter. I may have been complaining because we're a little coastal, so it's kind of been warm all summer or winter. We're just now starting to cool off, and it's not even really cold. My wife thinks it's cold. I think we've hit 30. That might be our worst. My wife gets cold easy. I've camped in -20, so difference of opinion, but I am trying to adjust to more coastal because it's easier for me to adjust warm than it is to adjust her for colder. So I'm cool with that. Me hides and pink shirt, totally not suspicious. Uh huh. You've been dressing up with Halloween, ain't you? Queen of Lumberjack Drake. Hey, I'm okay with that. I really am. A lot of people forget I am Southern. I have grown up on a farm. I have thrown hay. I've thrown cattle. I've done it all. So I know I don't look it most often, but except maybe the hat. The hat's about the only thing that ever gives me away. But I really have not been a flannel wearer. I've never really caught the urge or never understood it. But I got to admit, you guys, these are comfy. I really got to admit it. They're comfy. So I'm kind of starting to see it. These are pretty comfy. So all right. So we got a few things to get through here tonight. I actually, in fact, Jade, you would be proud of me. I actually put some notes on my little noting program of whatever the crap this thing is called. Um, so yes, I have notes. I have notes. First off, because everyone says I always forget this, remember we do have a super chat. So if you have a very important question, it's not getting missed just due to how busy we are. By all means, small donation will flash it up big on the screen. If you just want to support the work we're doing, you can also do that. You don't have to have a question. A few of you have even joked and said it's buying Drake a cup of coffee, and you know what? I appreciate it. Y'all are great people. Another thing is we got 23 people in here and only 10 likes. Hey, people, give us a thumbs up. Even if you think I'm ugly, just give me a thumbs up and say, yes, you are an ugly redneck. That's cool with me. Just get the likes up. It helps the algorithm out, and the YouTube likes that. I'm okay with that. Or if you just happen to like what I do, give me a thumbs up too. That'd be appreciated too. Either way, I'm not a complicated guy. Um, see, tell me you can support. Yeah, I got that. Oh, and if you would like to support the channel with channel memberships, we do have that now. Um, you can go down to most of the videos. I think all of them actually should have a little subscribe button. There's 3 tiers, different perks. You'll notice there's a members only live stream. We haven't done those in a while because of the holidays. It's been crazy, right? Good news. New Year's here. We are going to be starting the members only live stream for tier 2 and tier 3 shortly. Again, if you are a member, watch the community tab or in the Patreon, wherever your membership is set up to support the channel. We will be announcing the date and time of those live streams in there. Okay? So be sure you're checking that out. Also, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the admin of the Discord server. They have started doing I think it's bi-monthly, don't quote me on that, but I think it's at least twice a month, where they're going to try and get together in the voice chat, hang out, goof off, and just get weird and talk about whatever strikes their fancy. I myself joined in Friday. So if you've ever wanted to get in, chat with the admin, goof off, get to know some people, whatnot, join us over in the Discord server. Keep your eyes out for when we do those. I'm supposed to also mention, for those of you who don't know yet, we did release the tarot card class. So if you're wanting to learn to read tarot, that is available now. I got a note here for cultural respect. And yes, I have to agree, this is a big one. We had a small issue earlier this week where people were making fun of particular aspects of culture and magic. Not cool, people, not cool at all. I love a good joke as much as the other, but you got to be careful where you joke and what you joke on and make sure it isn't taken incorrectly. And you got to respect the cultures in which we're working. So that's also an important factor I would like to cover. We got a lot crap up in here. Oh, I should also, fair warning, Facebook is giving me a pain in the rear again. So if I don't message you back on Facebook or you're not getting approved into the group or some weird stuff, Facebook's acting weird. We don't know what's going on. Again, it's like they're trying to motivate me to just leave Facebook. I don't know what to tell you. Next. Okay, this is actually kind of an important one for me. And this is actually almost kind of, I guess you might even call it tonight's topic. Angela, try black and red flannel if you ever want to splash color in your combinations. Oh, I'm. You know what? I'm working slowly. I really am. I got my purple because I do like black and purples. This one's gray, so this one's an easy medium to smooth into. I do like black and rays. I don't know if I'm quite ready for a bright red shirt just yet with like that on the flannel side. But I would be lying if I said I haven't considered purchasing one to give it a try. So we are working up to that. Small steps, small steps. But the big one is path workings. Path workings. I have had 20 emails this week, and there's a couple questions popped up in the Discord that I think overlap this. So I thought it was very important to bring up. When it comes to path workings and doing a path working, I have had at least 20 emails this week specifically stating that they did this particular path working and they didn't get the results that they claimed or they were expecting or the experiences that were potentially listed. And inevitably, every one of these I emailed them back. Every single one of them. They changed something, they altered something, they mixed something. They did not follow the path working. Okay, I don't know if anyone here's tried to bake a cake, okay? But if you don't follow a cake recipe, you can't do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and expect to get a cake. You do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you change this and add that, you ain't going to get a cake. You're going to get a mess of something you don't even know what that is. That's why I don't bake. I'm not too good at that. But with a path working, I have told my students time and time and time and time again, if you purchase a class, if you purchase a path working, if you purchase some form of a layout in order to teach you something, follow it the first time through. Don't change it. Don't mix it. Don't alter it. Follow it. Otherwise, you're cheating yourself. Okay. And then to come out of that saying it didn't work and complain because you altered it, well, that's your fault. That's your fault. Now, that's not to say you can't alter it after you understand it. See, that's a big one. I've told you all before, I follow a path working as close to the letter as absolutely possible when possible because I don't know what the end goal is until then. And to assume you know better is a little arrogant and egotistical, let's be honest. Now, to this, I will add one critique. If you're reading a path working and you read it and there's something stupid by an author that, let's be honest, it's illegal in your state, yeah, don't do that. Either admit it or find a workaround. But that's a little different than just choosing to ignore a path working. A little different. Or if they're telling you to buy something that's going to cost you $400 or $500, well, we know the tools don't really make the magic, so yeah, find a workaround there. I've seen that too, believe it or not. I've seen there's actually path workings where they told me I had to buy a full bear pelt. Yeah, there's plenty of workarounds. Took a while to find those workarounds, but I found them. So there are workarounds for specifics like that. But to actually alter a path working and adjust it and mix it and blend it almost alchemically, and where you're literally changing it so it's no longer the path working, that's not good. There's a very, very, very high chance you're going to miss out on a great deal, many things that are involved with that path working. And we very much see this in Cliffothic path workings. We see this very highly in Norse path workings, actually. People just mix and match and toss crap out in Norse path workings all the time, which is really sad. But yeah, follow those path workings. There's a reason you got them. There's a reason you purchased them. Follow them. And once you've completed them further and completed them entirely and you've got that wisdom, then begin to mix, begin to make the alterations, begin to adjust and rewalk that path in a much more enlightened, much wiser perspective. Okay? Otherwise, you're trying to drive a car without the engine, and that's not going to get you a lot of places. So hope that helps you a little bit on that one. Bear with me while I get through. Y'all gave me a lot of stuff I got to get through today. Good God. See, I got a lot of questions how I'm doing this year on my New Year's challenge. I'll admit I'm doing really good. Many of you know I've made progress this year. I'm actually down a little over 10 pounds. I stepped on the scale. I'm down another 4 pounds this week. My reps have gone up. I'm going to have to retest my reps, though. We're going to have to see how that goes because I did good, but I'm not sure I want to count it just yet. So we're going to hold off on the reps. But I am seeing improvement there with the workouts. But the big goal for me right now is the weight loss. I definitely am starting to see it in the face. Look at that, looking a little thinner. Looking a little thinner. Liking that. Not too bad. Maybe I'll lose my triple chin before the end of the 6 month. I know I ain't got a triple chin before any of you yell at me. Oh, hold on. We do have a super chat. Oh, crap. Look at that. Shala Falcon. I found a video of unlocking skills one had in a formal life. Any thoughts on the matter? Is this even possible? If so, how dangerous can it be? Okay, this is actually a good question, and it is a tricky one. First off, a lot of people think that the way the soul works is here's the soul, this is the soul. It jumps from body to body to body to body to body to body to body. Happy go lucky. Skipping along like a little girl playing hopscotch. It's not technically the case. Here's the problem. The soul is far too large to contain within this little fleshy human thing we call a body, or as I jokingly refer to, the meat suit. So, what is it? It is a small, and I do mean small, fraction of the entirety of the soul. This is actually why reincarnation works and why those who practice evocation can evoke themselves or a past life version of them. That fraction had its own experience, it had its own skill sets, it had its own memories, it had its own life, completely and entirely separated from the other fractions. Only at ascent, when the entirety comes back together, do we actually get to gain a full merger thereof. And here comes the problem with past life skill sets, past life knowledge, past life, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. See, what we did in a past life, by and large, that life learned its lessons, that life got its chance. This is why so many entities keep telling humans, stop living in the past, get your head out of your ass, live in the present, and look to the future. The past is done, the past is over. Can we evoke? Can we potentially gain knowledge of a skill? Yes. Can we magically, learn blacksmithing? No. You would still have to apply it. You would still have to learn it. And there ends the kicker. But you could also do that. But you would have to actually contact that version of you, and then this version would still have to learn it. Because if it didn't work that way, if you were to evoke your past self, what's going to happen is you're going to yank your own soul out of your body, and your body's just going to pass out and drop on the floor like, because now there's no one driving the boat. You know what I mean? The car can't get down the road if ain't nobody driving it. You know what I mean? So that has to be taken into account. Dangerous? Assuming you are contacting you, it shouldn't be theoretically dangerous unless you're a complete loon back in a past life. Human spirits are really the most dangerous. I will give you that. But the big kicker is you still have to learn it. You still have to apply the effort. You won't get a free meal ticket from that. Let's see here. So we got that covered. The Norse pathworking. Woo! That's actually going amazingly. I've been working real heavy with Odin. He put me on a break. Me and Odin's taking a break. I'm focusing in heavy this week with Freya. Really looking forward to diving in with her lessons. I love working with Freya. So that's coming up. And look at that. I think I've hit the bottom of my notes, people. Okay, good. Let's see where we're at in the question. See what I have missed. Oh my God, getting supernatural vibes. That's a flannel joke, ain't it? I'm getting see some pop culture references I get, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I'll take a Winchester compliment. I will. I'm assuming it's a good-looking compliment, and you're not stupid and going to get yourself killed kind of statement. That's the way I'm going to take it, anyways. Let's get those likes up. Thank you. Oh, so pretty. Notice, did you just call me pretty? I'm really trying. I'm going to try and think of a way to sum it up to give it some kind of a name, Angela, since you don't have a name. just because it'll make it easier to talk about in the video. If you have a suggestion, I'll take it. Let's see. Say, Patricia, I haven't said it to you yet, but Happy New Year and thanks for the Magic Mirror video. Patricia, you are absolutely welcome. Mugs up and Happy New Year to you as well. I love that mirror meditation. It is a wonderful one. And we are wanting to add more meditation videos to the channel. For those who have been asking, I apologize for slacking on meditation videos. Let's see, I got a lot of thoughts going through my mind. How do I quiet them? Could I discern which are mine and which are... honestly, it takes discipline. It takes time. It takes training, and it takes an understanding of you. I have a lot of thoughts going on in my mind 24/7. My mind is like Grand Central Station. There's trains coming and going at all hours and hundreds of them. If I did not have an understanding of myself and my thoughts and who I am, it would be very, very difficult to distinguish thoughts during meditation and evocation. I'm not really good at fully shutting my brain down. I think I've told many of you this. So it does take a lot of practice and discipline. And well, in general, magic is discipline. And again, that's the reason meditation is the foundation. And the other three arcane pillars aren't foundation. They're the pillars. They're what holds up the overall practice. But even those pillars can't stand without the foundation. I always follow the instructions. Can't help it. OCD. Hey, I understand that. I'm very OCD. My wife laughs at me some of the times of how OCD I can be. Congrats on that, my man. I've lost 250 pounds myself recently. Took a year to do so. Whoa! Mr. Mike, congratulations, 250. 250 is actually my old training weight. If I lose 50 pounds, I'll be at my training weight. So I'm actually doing really good. Which my goal is to get to roughly my training weight by the end of the 6-month challenge, which it looks like I'm on track to do that or get very freaking close to it. But 250 in a year, my man, that is amazing. You go. You are an inspiration, my man. A12, thank you on the congrats for the weight loss. And we jumped. YouTube got tired of waiting on me. Are you doing any specific diet or meal plan or just intuitive eating? I love to cook. I love food. I think everybody knows that. I'm not a big fan of sugars and vegetables in general. I occasionally really do, like I'll crave roasted Brussels sprouts occasionally. But I am trying to eat largely carnivore. Not necessarily for weight loss, but it's for health. As I've said on this channel many, many times, I'm not shy about it. I am epileptic. So something keto-ish is actually easier for me. And I know there's a lot of ways you can do a lot of things on the keto diet. Keto diet, I did enjoy. It did help me. But I would always fall off the wagon because it's so complicated to eat a lot of things on keto. Whereas I love meat, I love bacon, I love eggs, I love steak, I love pork. And these are things I can easily just grab out of the fridge, cook them up real quick, and eat. And I never get tired of them. So I actually find the carnivore diet just convenient for my lazy ass. So that's largely what I'm doing. And I honestly don't eat unless I'm actually hungry. And I have read a lot of Jason Fung's books, Dr. Jason Fung, about the health benefits and the healing properties of fasting, which I have found that doing this, I just don't get hungry. So I may actually skip a day where I don't eat, which is just kind of drifts me into an automatic autophagy, which I have noticed amazing benefits. My joints, joint health has been healing amazingly. Which I talked a lot about during the, I think it was the Mage vlogs where I was talking about how fasting and whatnot could actually help energy fluctuations. I did find a lot about that as well. But yeah, so largely right now I'm just eating carnivore, not because any particular diet, it's just because it's easy for me. But at the same time, like earlier last week, me and the wife got a hankering for McDonald's cheeseburgers. Let's be honest. There ain't nothing that tastes like a McDonald's cheeseburger but a McDonald's cheeseburger. So we went out and we got McDonald's cheeseburgers and nuggets. I ate it. Um, was it what most people would view as healthy? Hell no. Did I eat it? Yes. But by sticking to what I'm doing right now primarily, I have found that that's really working. Um, and I think that's probably a big kicker for me. And I do think the fasting is also helping heal and repair a lot. As far as intuitive eating, I guess you could say that. I have kind of set aside certain weeks when I will assume I'm going to fast because I've noticed certain days I tend to be less hungry than others. And those are really set aside more for my wife's benefit than me. That way she's just like, okay, he's probably not going to eat this day because that works better for her to know whether or not I'm thinking I may or may not do something. So that's been helpful. Um, but I make sure I never weigh myself to see my progress until it's a day after I've eaten. Like if it's a day I'm fasting, I don't weigh myself because that's cheating in my mind. That would be the best way to get a cheat weight. No, I only weigh myself after a feast day. Um, so there we go on that. I hope that helps a little bit there, Mike. Hopefully I'll be able to see results like you did, man. That's amazing. That is awesome. See what we got here. Oh, we jumped again. Crap. I'm late. Sorry. Hey, Volstar, welcome. Better late than never. Make mugs up to you. Peachy, good to see you. Let's see here. Dragon of the West is the abyss magicians talk about a metaphor for inexperience or ignorance of the divine oneness of the magician and creation. Honestly, Dragon of the West, this is a tricky question because it actually depends on the viewpoint and the tradition from which the magician is coming from. There's a lot of research upon the multiverse that would actually state that the divine oneness of creation and the singular mind isn't true. I hate to break it, that there is a lot of research coming in to prove that there is not a singular mind and oneness. In fact, um, almost the opposite is true. When everything returns to a oneness, it ceases to exist at all. No consciousness, no identity, no mental consciousness, no oneness at all. It completely ceases to exist at all when it hits that oneness. Um, so it depends on how they're using the term abyss. Now, it is true when working through the tree of life or within the cliff off, there is actually a sphere referred to as the abyss. And generally speaking, this abyss is an absolute nothingness. And this absolute nothingness tends to be what separates um, divine empowerment from what we know as reality. The interesting part about this is the differential of the opinion. In one viewpoint, you are reaching a oneness with everything else where you give up your identity. You surrender your identity to the divine. Okay, that sounds a little shitty deal to me. But there's some people that sounds comforting, cool, groovy, no issues. But the other side of it is you understand your absolute divinity and your separation from the entirety, and you become an individual entity and divinity of your own, completely separate from all else of creation. Okay, that makes sense too. Um, so crossing the absolute nothingness, the absolute destruction, the absolute where all is lost. This is one of those things that is the hardest thing to do because everything we cling to as a comfort, everything we cling to as a crutch, everything we cling to as support, emotional, mental, and spiritual, it is all stripped away from us, and all we're left with is us. A lot of people can't handle that. Most people can't spend a week alone in their house in silence with their own thoughts, much less cross the abyss. And I'll be honest, I actually find it considerably funny when someone's like, well, I crossed the abyss when I was 18. Really? Leave them alone for 2 weeks, no electronics, no communication devices, no, don't let them even talk to themselves. They will go batshit crazy. if they can't handle to be alone with their own thoughts, trust me, they didn't cross the abyss. Um, so I do find it interesting, but there are two sides of it. And having pathwork both of those trees, I don't necessarily think one or the other is entirely an absolution. I think dealing with the universe in absolutions is almost a mistake that humanity tries to make, or perhaps religions try to make. I'm still trying to work through that one entirely. But there are certain things that when we test them over and over and over and over and over and over again, hundreds, if not thousands of peoples can get the same results. And then that you have to admit that there's got to be something in that bucket that's holding water. And I honestly think that it is when you look at the ideology of left hand path, right hand path, and their origins, not their modern viewpoint of the right hand path is good, the left hand path is evil. Ooh. But their origins, where the origin is the right hand path was selfless, it was self denial. You received ascent through denying all self, where the left hand path was ascent through experiencing everything. You worked so hard to focus on the self and experience everything that essentially you would ascend through the fact that, well, you done it all. It's boring now. Might as well move on. So it's a little bit of two sides of the same coin, if that makes a little sense. Let's see what we get here. You do both fasting and higher protein. Hey, good on you, Mac. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm really excited to get back to my old training weight. I am. As I told my wife, one of my goals is to make sure I live as long as I can to bug the living shit out of her. Because I love that girl. I really do. She is my motivation. There's just some, I wake up every morning, I see her little smiling face with that dimple, and I just love it. And honestly, I couldn't ask for a better life partner. How many people do you know would support a crazy redneck to become a professional wizard? Really? Think about it. This woman's amazing. See, Angela, best keto meal I've eaten was stuffed mushrooms with cream cheese, cheddar, mixed with mix of meat and pan fried and thrown in a hamburger. Oh my God, Angela, that sounds pretty freaking good. I'm not gonna lie, that really does. Tonight we actually had seafood omelets with ribeye. Yeah, that's actually what we had tonight. Oh, this is a hard diet, I tell you. It's like, here, have a ribeye. I'd probably be in better health if people would let me eat ribeye and bacon earlier. I'll be honest. Tell them, enjoying the rambling. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. See, it is nice to have find something that I can do in my life where I can help others and just naturally lean into my redneck ramblings. My wife said if I ever did start a TikTok, it wouldn't be metaphysical. It would just be my random rants about general life and me just going on and bitching. And I'll rant around about something, whether it be the trash man doing something stupid or something day to day. And she's like, see, that's a TikTok right there. That's the joke here. Let's see here. Oh, Chatel. Oh, crap. We got another one. Man, you support this big time here. Is there any kind of practice that you would recommend for beginners? I've been meaning to start, but I keep getting distracted with other things. Okay, Falcon. So go ahead and don't do another super chat just for this, but if you can message, and if there's something specific you mean on beginners, let me know. So otherwise, I'm going to assume you mean metaphysical practice in general. Okay. So with metaphysical practice in general, the first thing I would focus on is meditation. It is foundational. It is what teaches us focus. It is what teaches us accountability. It is what teaches us discipline. It is what teaches us to listen. These are so foundational to every form of magic that I cannot even begin to say it. And that's the reason we did a meditation course first. People, I know meditation sounds boring. It is not the cool stuff that everybody wants to do. But if you want to do the cool stuff, you got to get the foundations. It is foundational. So that is a very important one. And I would definitely work on your meditation. Next, and I think my admin in the Discord will definitely agree with me, and I've made this mistake a lot. Grounding and shielding. These are also foundational principles of magic. You need to be able to control your own energy. You need to understand your energy. You need to be able to handle your energy. This is the reason a lot of empaths have a hard time. They're not as in charge of their energy as they think they will. I have worked with empaths who said there is no hope for them and applied a few basic techniques and they got their entire lives together. Um, and it is gratifying to see someone progress in their life. That's what I love. It is a little it's a little heartbreaking to see someone so overjoyed with getting their life in hand that they're breaking down and crying. But it is good to see how happy they are. I don't ever like to make people cry. Well, hold on. No, there's some assholes. I don't mind making them cry. But genuine people who want to better themselves, I don't really like making them cry, even if it's tears of joy. But at the same time, I get it. So grounding and shielding are impeccably important. And it's actually one of the things even us experienced folk run into. I was saying this in voice chat the other night. 9 times out of 10, if I get together with a bunch of adepts who's been doing stuff, and they're having a chaotic time in their point, you will see everyone in the room be like, have you grounded and shielded lately? And you will watch these guys and they're like, no, that's probably it. And sure enough, as soon as they do a solid, focused grounding and shielding session, everything straightens itself out. It's amazing. It's the simple beginner things even us experienced people forget. And yes, meditation can be tricky. If you're having trouble with meditation, check out the meditation course we have over at the school. We go in through different forms of meditation, different ways to do it. And yes, meditation can be impatient, but it is about that discipline. Magic takes focus. You can't get impatient. And meditation is one of those things that really drastically helps train us with this. And we go into very, very different styles of meditation. Now, I found out a lot of people have a pretty wrong opinion about meditation. Meditation can be very, very, very active. It can be a lot of fun. So, if you really want to dive into a meditation practice and really get a lot out of it, I do recommend that course. That is a massive course. I probably should have split it into 2 courses, but you know what? I don't even care because meditation is so important. And I've seen that course manage to help so many practitioners, beginner and adept level, even. That, yeah, I would definitely start there. All right, let's see what we got here. Hope that answers your question a little there, Falcon. I know it kind of just fire hosed a lot at you, but I hope that does help you out a little bit. Yes, let's please keep the YouTube public chat here to a PG-13 if we can. Jade, I appreciate you letting people know that. You'd watch it. Man, you know what? I've considered about potentially starting a TikTok. Non-occult. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say non-occult. I will not get into the witch talk because the amount of bad information in witch talk is just terrifying. I don't even want to get mixed in with that crowd. But as far as getting in there, goofing off and doing something silly, if I can think of something that might be sustainable, I might do it. And if I do, you bet I'll let y'all know so you can come watch me just make an ass out of myself. Not that I don't do that enough occasionally already, but hey, you know, if it puts a smile on your face while you're drinking coffee or at work, it's worth it. Let's see here. Dragon of the West. What do I think of the Netflix series DOTA? I'll be honest. I don't know what DOTA is. I'll be honest, mate. I apologize. I don't really, between my research, my rituals, work, friends and family, and running, trying to keep up with the Discord server. I don't really have a lot of time to watch a lot of things recreational. So the things I do tend to watch are things that me and the wife watch together in general. We actually just watched Witcher. Neither of us have actually played the video game, but it came highly recommended to me, and I watched the first season just to see what it was about, see if it was, whatever. I enjoyed the first season. So she watched the first season with me and the second season when it came out just to catch up. So she's finding that interesting. So that's something we watched. We were both fans of the show Lucifer. I don't think we've finished it yet. That's something we've not had time to finish. Not to show my nerd side, but y'all know I play D&D. I do not correlate D&D and Magic. I cannot say that enough. We do enjoy watching Critical Role, not because I would say it's a good representation of D&D, because I'll admit, me and Matt Mercer, we have disagreements on DM styles. But what I will say is he understands his group and his group understands him, and they get in there, they have a good time, and they act stupid. And that is the beauty of D&D. And to watch them do what they do and to watch these people and their smiles and how they interact, it is entertaining. Um, and it's encouraging to see people sharing this hobby, this social bonding, this creativity together. There's a lot of things that happen from the production value that Mercer may do that I disagree with. But what I agree with is he does know his group and he tries to present an amazing game for them. And I respect that. I don't like how a lot of people think Matt Mercer is the only way to DM, and if you don't DM like Matt Mercer, that's a bad thing. But that's an entirely different rant for a different time. But for those of you who may have been starting the newer campaign, I got to admit, Travis and Ashley's characters, I have fallen in absolute love with them. And Marisha, many people know I'm not a fan of Marisha's characters in the previous campaign. Though this newer one, I'm intrigued to see where she's going to take it. I think this may be the character that might win me over for her. So that's pretty freaking cool on that one. Otherwise, what have her and I watched lately? That might be all we've watched lately. I'll be honest. We don't really get a lot of time to watch a lot of TV. I apologize. Thanks for that. Is anything to help with procrastination? That seems to be my biggest problem. Procrastination is, oh man, it's a killer. The best thing I can tell you with procrastination is do not say, I'm going to start this on Monday. Just start it. Just do it. Just put it on the calendar. I mean, if you need the money to buy like a meditation course, fine. Set it on the calendar. Figure out when you're going to have the money. Set it there and buy it on that day. Screw it. Don't procrastinate. You're doing it. Set it into motion now. Even if you want the course, but you want to start now. We got basic meditation videos here on this channel. Jump over to those. Watch those. Start today. Put it on your calendar. I will meditate here, here, and here. One of the things I did when I first started out, I would meditate in the morning while I'm having my coffee. One of my favorite meditations of my day is I will sit down nice and quiet. I know it's funny to think I can be quiet, right? But I would sit down nice and quiet with my cup of coffee, and I would sit there and I would contemplate my day. I would think about what I'm going to do, and I would give thanks to the entities I work with, and I would listen. I would just shut the hell up and listen and get a little advice about what I should do today and what's going on. Just that simple while I'm sipping on a cup of coffee. Very simple meditation, did it daily, still do it. I would also do a active meditation on my lunch breaks at work, or at least on my 15 break, wherever I could squeeze it in. Usually my 15s worked better because I didn't have time to do much else. So I'd grab a quick meditation on those. And then I'd try to do an evening meditation, whether it was just to chill out in a chair or my workspace or shit. Sometimes I did it in the shower in the bathtub. But I would squeeze in 2 or 3 meditations in my day in those ways because there are very quick spots you can put them in. As I've said before, and I will say it again, I got a friend. The only time he could find to meditate due to his kids was when he was on the crapper. That's when he meditated. You know what? It sounds crazy. It's like, oh my God, you did not just say that. But if that's when you got your time, that's when you got your time. You utilize it. And to parents who are chasing kids around and trying to get life done, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I don't think I could do it. So mugs up to y'all for chasing the kids. That's amazing. Any tips for astral projection, Drake? Yes, Chantel. I would. First tip is to go check out the Astral Sanctum video. One of the biggest problems with astral travel is people try too hard. We also have a video on easy astral projection that goes over tips and tricks for helping with astral projection, because the biggest trick is people try too hard. Secondly, people focus on getting out of their body. With astral travel, one of the first things you realize is that your astral body follows your thought process. It goes to where you're focused. If you're focused on getting out of your body, newsflash, your focus is on your body. So guess where you're going to go? Your body. Kind of breaks the point. So what I generally recommend, and I think I talk about this in the Easy Astral Projection video, if you go check it out. Don't think about your body. Don't give a rat's patoot about your body. Focus across the room. Focus on that. Focus on you standing there. And you will easily see that transition. Also, with the Astral Sanctum, that transitions very easily as well because of that. I missed the name suggestion for the candle, Angela. I do apologize. If you type it in there again, I'll take a quick look at it. Or you can message it to me on the Discord, definitely. Either way, I will work with that. Let's see here. Oh, Dragon of the West. If I do an amateur path working to meet a god or an entity for favor in exchange for something, a cup of wine, do I have to do it or do I have to be more experienced? It honestly depends. The problem with doing it on an amateur side is it's harder to tell whether or not the deal was taken. Um, you People need to stop looking at entities as wish granters. People want to approach an entity and be like, "Hey, do this for me. I need your help. Grant me this. Rub the lamp." 99.9% of entities don't do that. 90, especially gods. They want to empower you. They don't want to do it for you. They want to empower you. Um, so they're going to help you do it. They will lay out what you need to do to achieve it, and they will help to energize and help you to achieve the goal. But you still need to make sure they're on board. One of the things I've noticed a lot of times, especially if people haven't developed their arcane senses, is they'll leave out the wine. They'll say, "Hey, Zeus. Hey, Odin. Hey, Bob the Builder. Could you help me with X?" And they may or may not have achieved a good solid contact with the entity, and the entity may or may not have committed and agreed to said agreement, and it may or may not happen. It's almost like flipping a coin at that point. Could it work? Yes, it could work. Could it not work? Yes, it could not work, because it's just like flipping a coin at that point. You have no way of validating it at that point. That's one of the reasons the arcane senses are so very important. So, other than saying that it's a flip of a coin, it may or may not work, Dragon of the West, it's hard to do it because of the skill sets and everything in there that's needed. I'm a big believer in verification. I don't do a lot on faith, and I would be terrified to assume anyone's going to help me if I don't get their verification. My dad always told me, if you assume, you make an ass out of me and you. And I sure don't want to make an ass out of me. I don't want to make an ass out of my friends. A few of my friends do a good enough job of that on their own. But I sure ain't going to do it to the entities I work with or to a deity, especially if I don't know them well. Because if I can't communicate with them, I can't call them friends and allies. But so at that point, it's, blind react. Do you like me? Check yes or no. Oh God, I think I just showed my age there. So it is kind of a coin flip on that one. But you can certainly try. So thank you. Achieve the results by yourself. You can try. Yeah, you can always try to achieve it by yourself. Empathic candle charging. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. You know what? Hold on a second here. I am going to make a note of that real quick, because that is a good name for that. There we go. We got that noted down. Angela, appreciate it. Since it's your technique, I figure you should get to pick, and that's a good one. So we're going to roll with that. Chantel, wish y'all a good night. I got to wake up early. Much love. Take it easy. Get some good rest, Chantel. Mugs up to you. Tips for developing the astral senses, or astral senses. My apologies. I haven't had it, but perhaps I should have some rum. Yes, if you go check out our Astral Senses video, there's a few exercises detailed with each of the astral senses and ways to begin to exercise and develop them. Those are great ways. Of course, over at workingdragonmystic.com at the online school, we have an absolutely free, no hidden charges Arcane Sight class. Now, the reason we did Arcane Sight is it's one of the biggest ones most people have trouble with. But the exercises in that course can easily be modified and altered to help with arcane hearing, arcane taste, arcane touch, very, very simply. And it is a free course. Like I said, I definitely recommend working through it. If you combine that course with our Arcane Senses video, you are going to easily start to develop those. Also, this is a great time to bring up. We are planning to do some videos on stuff like arcane touch, arcane hearing, specifically here on the YouTube channel to further add to that base to help you modify the course and everything to get the most out of it. So we are going to look to that. But those two are absolutely great places to start. I don't know if he's here tonight, but Uber Pudis has had a really, really tough time training his arcane senses. But over the last year, utilizing those, that individual has had a massive, massive increase in his abilities and practice, and it has been a real treat to watch him grow. Um, some of you will know him from the Discord server. And we jumped again. Angela, I feel when people do that, it's disrespectful to the entities. I'd have to agree. I have to agree. I know different people take different views, and I try not to overly judge. And this isn't kind of important. A lot of you know I teach from a perspective of results. If it has worked time and time and time and time and time again, myself and other magicians have shown results. That's what I teach from. I teach from that perspective. A lot of people are like, well, there might be a different perspective than yours. Yeah, but when I'm teaching a student, when I'm teaching an individual, I'm going to focus on two things. I'm going to focus on results, and I'm going to focus on safety. Because if you're coming to me and saying, Drake, I'm wanting to learn to do this, I'm going to attempt to teach you to gain results, to gain success in the most direct and safe way possible. Okay. Now, many of you in these very live streams have seen me answer questions where people's like, hey, Drake, I'm planning to do this. And I will give my advice to them. I will tell them if I believe there's a risk, a danger, or whatever. And you all know I teach a framework. I teach a framework so that you all can find your path, whatever that may be. I hope you would learn from my mistakes, avoid the potholes I have hit. That means you're going to find your own new potholes. Don't get me wrong. But I would hope the students that I inspire will reach levels greater than I do in my lifetime. So for all those you who catching me a bunch of flack and sending me stuff about perspectives, please do remember, as someone who is giving information, I can only give information of what I have seen work time and time again. And these theoreticals that honestly have proven to be a waste of time for 99% of the world, I'm not going to push that. See, do I have to follow the arcane senses in order to move into the next lessons when I finish the previous one, or can I learn them all and practice how I want? By and large, you can practice how you want. The big key with the arcane senses there, Dragon of the West, is the two major ones that most people deal with are sight and hearing. Hearing, if you want my honest opinion, hearing's the most important, bar none, because if nothing else, you need to be able to have a conversation with the entities. You have to be able to hear them to gain gnosis, to gain wisdom, and any of that crap. You need to be able to hear them. Sight is helpful. A lot of people are very sight oriented, so it can be helpful. But it also, I would say it comes in second. The others, honestly, you can really get away without them. The others are really kind of icing on the cake, but I'd say sight and sound are the two big ones that are really needed in the long term of practice if you are wanting to work with entities, because you do need to be able to hear them, and you need to be able to hear them clearly and reliably. That is the kicker. A lot of people, they hear them and it's mixed in message, and they're like, well, I misinterpreted. And if misinterpretation is something that is said, you're clearly your arcane hearing is not reliable. Um, but that's one of the reasons I think arcane hearing can potentially be the most important, um, with sight being the second one. But I mean, all of us can find our own path in general. And as far as which one you learn first, really that depends on your personal choice. Some people pick up some easier than others. Um, but those are the two I'd probably put the most importance on by and large, just due to those two can really take a practitioner as far as they want to go in their practice if they get those two nailed down. Let's see. See, Bornaldus, I would say people like Kutis are a great example of practice takes time, but you can see clear results compared to where they started. Putis, and honestly, I don't know if I've told him this in Discord, and I really should have. I think I have, but I really find Putis to be a great inspiration, both for students who are learning and who are struggling and who are wanting to put in the time to truly gain the knowledge and understanding of magic and self mastery, but also for me. Putis has very much had his struggles. Many of you have. Many of you had. Don't want to make light of anybody's struggles. And you have presented me with problems that I haven't encountered, problems other some of my other students have encountered. Um, and anytime you all experience an issue and you bring it to me, I do my damnedest to try and find a way to help you. Sometimes it may take me multiple tries. I may take step up to bat multiple times. But as a teacher, as someone who genuinely wants to empower you, um, I'm where I am. I'm happy with who I am. I want to empower you to be you, the best you can be, whatever that may be. And I want you to find your path. I'm going to continue coming to bat. I'm going to continue to do what I can to help you. Sometimes it may take me longer. Sometimes I may have the answer right away. Some problems I've seen 1,000 times, some I have not encountered. But it is students like that that inspires me to keep doing what I'm doing, to keep learning, to keep growing, and expand my own knowledge base in order to potentially help others further. So, yeah. Do I talk to the beings I hear all day? Yeah, actually, I have, both indirectly and directly. Most of the time, it's indirectly where I just hear them all day long, and I'll respond to them all day long as I'm going through, and they're helping me with different workings and whatnot I'm doing. And then there are times where I have literally spent 24 to 48 hours in a single ritual trance where I'm very focused and very in direct communication. I do not recommend that for two reasons. First off, it's very taxing on the body and it is exhausting. Secondly, once you're done, your legs are asleep. They do not want to move and they don't give a rat's patoot about you wanting to stand up and needing to go to the bathroom. Just That's just some real talk right there. Angela, you take it easy. Yeah, we actually probably need to get wrapped up here. So, everyone, I do appreciate you joining us this week. For those of you that are taking part in the 6 month challenge, I have to immediately tip my hat. I've seen so many amazing things that so many people who have challenged themselves to self empowerment and self improvement. Again, none of this new year, new me horse shit because there is not a new you. Everything that you did in the past, that is you. It has made you who you are. The question is, who do we go and become from here? And I have watched so many people in this 6 month challenge embrace that and truly put themselves forward and hit hurdles. They've hit hurdles. Oh, we've hit hurdles. And I've seen them dive, dodge, duck, bob, weave, tumble, and adapt to the hurdles they have encountered in order to continue that self improvement. They are continuing to move forward no matter the hardships that are tossed in front of them. And I have found that absolutely amazing, you guys. It is truly wonderful to see so many individuals embracing the core heart and soul of this challenge. Um, it is absolutely amazing. Um, I have been sharing my progress as well with my challenge in there, and of course, I get in there every morning and read your all's progress. It's been amazing. We have not had a particular voice chat yet. Perhaps we should do that soon. Um, but yeah, it's been amazing to watch that. I've also already received so much feedback about the tarot class. So many of you have been struggling with tarot over the years, and you have emailed me about how easily it is to pick up tarot and begin to understand it from the concept of the way that class is presented. That means the world to me. Thank you very much. I do think tarot is a wonderful divination technique. So it is heartwarming to see so many people being able to finally get a hold and start using tarot. At least one individual has actually started to get very, very reliable readings for themselves and their friends, and they are considering potentially doing a tarot practice once they finish the course and get a bit more skill under the belts. If you do pursue that, if you're watching this, I wish you the best. That's an amazing. I know it's a terrifying concept to step out there and put yourself at that level and try that. So that is amazing that your confidence in your abilities is growing to that point, and I wish you the best. Um, so yeah, you guys have been amazing. That we're only what are we? Only 16 days into this year already, 2022. It has been freaking amazing, people, and you guys are one of the main reasons for that, and I appreciate it and everything that you guys do for this channel. Um, I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to go bug some admin, and then I am probably going to turn in for the evening. I got a busy day tomorrow. Actually, I think I got a whole busy week, but that's okay. You all have a fantastic week and keep pushing, keep learning, keep striving to that self mastery, that self empowerment, and finding what it is that is your path. All right. And I will see you all next Sunday. Um, Seems like there was something else I was supposed to say. Well, I'll see y'all next Sunday. Take care. Good night. Bye bye.